Okay, I think I'm recording. All right, hi. If you get a chance this evening, Mountain Time, 6:00 p.m., we have our book discussion, The Fifth Sacred Thing. And it doesn't matter if you've read the book. I would just love to have you here, and it's going to be only an hour. So if you can't make it, there will also be a recording of it. It'll be a community discussion led by me, and we'll see where that goes. And then there's an email that came out yesterday that will help inform you about the Kula cleanse that's coming up in a month. That will be guided by Adele Kieras, our resident Ayurvedic specialist, and I will also be offering some special meditations and yoga practices to go along with that particular train. And then there's the retreat in June, which a couple of you have already signed up for. So that'll be a great way for you to meet and really dive into the goodness of the juice that we carry and let it blossom in a really radical way. If you're interested in going, reach out, let me know, or sign up. Okay. Week 2 of April. It's a powerful week. I have a weekly theme, and the weekly theme is love made visible. The affirmation of the week is I labor in love, not for it. Think about that one for a second. I labor in love, not for it. And here's a journal prompt. I'll also put this in the WhatsApp chat, or actually I did already. Where am I choosing effort over ease? And how can I return to devotion in action? So it's a big week because Mercury's been retrograde for weeks. It's been muttering and cluttering up our communications, our forward progress, and anything that has to do with written or verbal contracts, communication. To have my father in dire straits in a skilled nursing facility while Venus has been retrograde and Mercury's been retrograde has been intense. Like things just aren't progressing at a pace, and it's been hard. So how do we labor in love, not for it? And as we move towards the full moon at the end of this week on Saturday, it's a full moon in Libra, which is going to highlight your connections, especially in your relationships. And it's really, truly got to be first and foremost, as last night's practice offered, a relationship to the self and coming back to what does that mean to really stay present for and be aware of, and then just want to hold that relationship sacred, because you and your unique way of showing up in the world and your relationships is being tested. It's being asked to rise to what matters. And as Mercury went direct yesterday, we might have a little bit more clarity on what the murky messages have been. And we might just all of a sudden be like, oh my God, I get it. So let that sink in. Today's practice is about aligned desire. And in the practice of Anjaneyasana yoga, we don't necessarily look at karma as this penance or this bad thing that you've accrued. It's actually, it is a residue of actions taken in the past. It is something that you get to love and nurture and live in the knowing that you know that everything that you experience is because it's calling you to your greater self in more authenticity. So however you're showing up and doing that already, I invite you to hold that right here in Anjali Mudra and really just honor the sacred gift of the practice of aligning with the true essence of you, the Satya Ananda Morte, the second line of our opening mantra. The truth of you has taken form, the essence of you, the boldness, that part of you that is so steeped in knowing what it means to live and love in love. And that truth has chosen to take form in you as you, simply for the pure desire of knowing itself more fully. And these are really deep, somewhat profound, esoteric, non-dual tantric concepts that could take years or a lifetime to truly understand. And today we'll focus it in how it lands physically in the focal point of your pelvis. And that's the place we draw energy into and the place that we expand from. And we'll just journey towards a very seemingly simple pose called Anjaneyasana. So, your pelvis is holding you. It's the most dominant weight-bearing part of your body right now. Of three choices, the pelvis, the heart, or the palate. It is most often the focal point in most poses. It's the place where we spend most of our time as humans, being held in our own awareness. So refine how you sit well. Let yourself be drawn into the felt sensation of being held by steadiness within your own body, your own breath. Trust that steadiness a little bit more and let it sink down through the hips and the legs into the earth. And then rise up out of the pelvis, through your body, through your heart space, through your throat, through your crown. And we'll take one Om and the opening mantra one time and an Om at the end. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Full breath in. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Just for a moment, linger here and connect with the desire that brought you to your practice today, that yearning to settle into yourself. And then bring yourself to Tadasana, please. Standing at the head of your sticky mat. You'll need 2 blocks and a strap and likely a blanket for your practice. Let yourself sink down. Feel the actions of your feet lining up with a desire to be present in your body, present for the labor in love. And then we'll reach up and touch the sky. And draw your hands to your heart. Take a few more rounds like that, inhaling to reach. Exhaling to ground. pull up from the feet through the knees to the hips as your arms reach. Press down from the hips to the feet as the arms descend. Maintain that steadiness of drawing into the focal point of the pelvis, and then affirm it and push it back down even as the heart rises on your exhale. And this last one, reach up. And then arms wide, bow forward. Fingertips to the earth, allow your head to softly release, bowing into the heart. Let out a deep sigh. Bend your knees, place your hands to your hips, lift your elbows to the sky. Imagine you could lift both feet off the floor at the same time and pull up the legs. From that power of drawing into you, push from the hips down to lift up. Now we'll take the hands to the hips and bend your knees. Step from the power of the pelvis, reach that right leg back in a nice long lunge until you get your front knee over your ankle. And we'll play with that energy, pulling in from the feet to the hips, pull the front leg to straight, pull the back leg so much in that your back heel rises over the ball of your foot if possible. Now from the pelvis, you'll hold the power of you, stay committed to knowing and loving, and then with presence, reach out. With inhale, draw in. With exhale, hold the steadiness of you and allow it to light up like love fills any moment where we truly open. Bring your fingers to the earth. Use the power of your legs and step forward. Linger in forward fold. Let your head softly release, bowing mind to heart, heart to body. Placing hands to hips, lift your elbows. Bend your knees and imagine you could pull both feet off the floor at the same time and pull. Make sure the kneecaps pull up towards your hips. And then from the hips, push through the legs to rise up. Hands to hips, bending the knee. Anchor down from hip to earth and step that left leg back. Settle in and find some ease in your breath. From the feet, pull up into the hips. Keep the heart lifting here as you reach from the hips to the earth. And we'll take two more, little simple flow. In and reach. And in. Now you reach as much through the back heel as you do your front knee. So you divide the labor of love. And reach down. Trust the pelvis, push through the front leg and step forward. One more time. Bend the knees, hands to hips, lift your elbows. Pull the legs up to straight and then root to rise. Taking the hands to Hakini Mudra right out in front of you. Remember, you hold all the powers of the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. And ether can also be known as spirit or love. Lifting right heel, step that foot back. Now we'll open warrior two. Line up your legs so that you're steady. Open the heart, big breath in. And like we did before, we'll straighten and bend that front leg. Just track the knee towards your third and fourth toe. And as you pull the front leg to straight, magnetize the back leg from the foot up into the hip, the front leg from the foot into the hip, and hold your power right here. Bring your hands to your pelvis, right on the low belly. From the pelvis, push down and lift the heart. Open the arms from the shoulder blades, bending the front knee. Keep reaching through the back leg. And now we'll draw in both hands to the heart center. And then push down through the legs, both legs, as you rebend the knee. Inhale, draw in. And exhale, reach. Turn to frame your front leg, lift the back heel, downward dog. Sink down in dog pose and breathe. Inhale, plank. Now in this moment, the pelvis wins by default. When the pellet, the heart, and the hips line up in the same plumb line, the pelvis will win. So bend the knees slightly forward towards your wrists, squeezing your buttocks, push from the butt to the heel and reach the crown forward. Maintain that as you offer the heart down. And then let the hips reach through the toes before you rise into the heart for cobra. Bowing in with inhale, reaching up and back with dog pose to exhale. Rising high on the tippy toes, shift the gaze forward. And as your hips become more directly over your feet, the pelvis becomes the focal point. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. And seat yourself with ease and grace right in the heart. Let it land and ground you all the way through the hips. Hakini Mudra, bending the knees. Inhale, left heel lifts, step it back. There's a moment here, if you need to watch this, we pull in and then use organic energy to shape shift the pose for warrior two. So we pull into who we are before we take action. So desired action. Know who you are, draw into that. Pull the front leg to straight, pull the back leg into the hips, and let your hands rest on your pelvis for just a moment. Right down low, below the belly. Maintain that deep connection to self, and as you push it down through the legs, let the arms open, rebend the knee. Call it all in from foot to hip, from arms to heart to hip, and then reach it down. Stay high in the heart. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, reach. One more, it feels good. Draw in. Exhale, reach. Like you did before, to get here, we'll pull from the back foot up into the hip as you lift the heel. Square your pelvis. Then set it down, downward dog. And nice long exhale. Grounding, easy inhale. Inhale, plank. From the hips to the heels, reach. From the hips to the crown, reach. Drag the hands down and backward and lower. Point the toes, curl up through the heart. Breathing in, all fours. Breathing out, downward dog. All right, let's walk the feet forward, rise high on the tippy toes, shift your gaze. And let's come on up when you're ready and find a blanket, 2 blocks, and a strap. And take your 2 blocks on their lowest setting and stack them. We've done this before. It's been a while, but done this before. Place your blanket so that your knees are on your blanket. Locate your strap.
Hey, Siri, stop.
Siri just magically started playing some hip hop. Whatever. All right, we're going to take your right foot and place it upon your block. If this is too high, you'll lower down to one block. Yeah. Now you want your pelvis to be almost directly over your back knee. So we do need the blanket most likely. Yeah. Now, because this is such deep hip flexion, as you push through the foot, push it down into the block, and you should feel your hamstring engage. That's muscular energy. And then what we want to be able to do is also widen the knee a little bit so that if we were to deepen the lunge, the psoas attachment, which starts at the below the rib here on the inner side of your spine, and it attaches to the upper inner thigh. So you want to create some space there. Now we'll take this strap, loop it back behind your shoulder blades. Pull the arms forward and focus on the legs. Push down through the front foot, drag the front heel backwards towards the back leg. Now from the pelvis, reach down through the bones and then lift the upper body out of the hips. And breathe into that. And let your breath be loving, let it be kind. Let the pose itself be an emulation of your desire to take action in a way that is loving to yourself and then to others. Open the arms nice and wide. Release the arms. Help that front foot down. Give it a breath, arms high. And exhale into the heart. From the hips, push into the earth, even as the arms lift. Keep the lift of the heart, even as the arms come down. And one more. You can locate your strap so it's handy for when you need it. You need to move your blocks over a little bit so that your left foot can come to your block stack. Let yourself pause and just create a pose that feels somewhat settled here. If the blocks are too much, take them away. Do open the knee just a little bit, but don't waver the action of the grounded foot. Push it down, drag it back, spread and lift your toes. Maintain that. Use your outer hip to open the knee a little bit. Place your strap. As you extend the arms, think of it as what does it mean to reach out? What does it mean to reach out when you're not grounded in the center of your being? What feels different to reach out when you are grounded in the center of your being? Pull into the center of your being by pushing the front foot down, dragging the heel backward. Even that back knee slightly presses forward, and then now let the heart reach as you lift the upper body out of the strength of the focal point of the hip. And we get to breathe with who we are. Let the body unwind through the breath and the pose. And make it a loving offering. So let go of over effort. There you go. Arms nice and wide. And release. Help that front leg off. Take your blocks out of the way. Your strap out of the way. Inhale, lift up. As the arms come behind you, turn the gaze to the left and reach down. Inhale, root to rise. And and bow in. Use the pelvis. Use it to slow you down. Reaching up from the hips through the legs and then up through the arms. And then as the bow in, it's slow. Remembering love lies in the center of you. We can feel it outside of us. But what the yoga practice is asking us to do is to come back to that place where such ananda morte, the bliss that we seek, is really emanating from the center of our being. Even number, so finish with your second side. And then call all of that offering back into you. Hands to heart, Anjali Mudra. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Now we'll step the right foot forward, no block this time. Lift the back knee. Hands on front thigh. Press the back knee forward, bend the back knee, and find the pelvic floor level. From the power of the pelvis, push through both legs evenly. Push through the back heel, the inside seam of the back leg to the heel, push through the front hip to the knee and down to the heel. Now reach up, big breath. Seat yourself down, knee to the earth, hands to heart. Lift the sternum up, 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 and with twists from left to right, elbow to knee. Pull the back knee forward, push the front heel down, press the elbow into the knee, and widen from the center of you. Eyes first, look forward. Inhale, reach up. Now bend the elbows and pull the sternum up. As you deepen the lunge, pull that front heel back. Inhale, reach up. Straighten your front leg and we'll fold over in half Hanuman. Desired action. It is true that in the yoga tradition, one of the primary purposes of the practices is to clear and to reconcile the film or the dust on the lens of the heart, aka clear away some of the karmic patterning that we've accrued. And this happens through lifetimes and through shared experiences and through choices. So may we learn to more fully align and skillfully align with what is true to us. Please take downward dog as you're ready. Pedal out your doggy. Inhale to the knees. Step your left foot forward. Hands to front knee, tuck your back toes. Pull the power from the feet up into the hips, even as you lift that back knee. Bend the back knee forward just a little bit so that the pelvic floor is more level. Anchor down through the legs and find that centered power. Arms up to cactus, and as you pull the arms down, push from the hips through the back heel, reach from the hips through the front knee to the foot. Deep breath in. Exhale, right knee to the earth, hands to heart. Lift the heart, push through the legs, and from the center of the hips, stay anchored as you turn right to left. Anchor down, find stability from the energy that draws in and the presence that expands out. Eyes first, stay with the breath, root it through the legs, lift up through the arms. Deepen the experience to whatever degree feels right. Inhale, hands to the earth, shifting hips back, flex your front foot. Let it out. And downward facing dog. Inhale to your knees. All right. Some of you won't need, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're going to go on our backs. I'm going to show you first so that pretend I'm laying on my back. You're going to hold a block. Actually, you can do this seated with me. Place the block on the back side of your right hamstring. Sit up tall and pull the block. Use your upper back muscles to pull that block into your femur, but push the femur bone into the block. Yeah. And think about that being back body. Your hamstring, rooting your femur bone into the back body, your hamstring. Flex your foot. And we'll do the other side. This is an important component of knowing how to root the femur bone into the back body, especially when we create that expansion energy from the pelvis on the back leg. Well, it happens on both legs, but particularly we need to be able to guide the action with the desire to clear and relieve lower back discomfort or mitigate it if we don't have it. Push the femur bone into the block. Good. Now we'll come on up. We'll take the right leg back in a lunge. And come on up. Place your right hand to the back of the thigh. Now see if you can press the knee forward towards your front foot and push your front foot down and press it towards the back knee. And at the same time, so you've got that energy pulling in, also pull it up. Now, as you want to deepen the pose from the hips, reaching through the legs, we're not just going forward. We get to revisit and remember that there's this part of us that gets to root back. So keep pressing that femur bone. So you take your hand to the front of your thigh, push that thigh bone back. Even as you push through the heel, you can extend through the front hip, through the front knee. So you're not just collapsing forward in that front thigh. It's a very strong pose. This is Anjaneyasana, arms out. Pull in from the hands to the shoulder blades. Let the shoulder blades root. And as you lift the arms, push through the back heel. Keep that femur bone rooting to the back body. Even as you reach from the front sit bone to the kneecap. And the knee can go past 90 degrees if you have the capacity. Inhale. So this is Anjaneyasana. Come down to a child's pose. Place your palms forward and up, bow in. Anjaneya, great mythic story about Anjaneya. She was yearning and yearning to know the love of having her own child. And she kept making prayer and pouring herself into the labor of love, into the labor of love, into the labor of love, not for the labor of love. Help yourself up all fours. Take a few cow cats. Dive into the love of your breath. Hands to hips. Step the right foot forward. Pick up the back knee, set it down. Go ahead and tuck your toes for this one. We'll take the left hand to the back of the thigh. And as you press that back knee forward, pull the front foot down and back. That'll help make the hamstrings stronger for you. Then try to push that femur bone through the back leg as you reach from the sit bone through the front knee. Now we'll try that again. Arms out. Everything now, even the arms, as the arms pull in, the legs pull into the hip. From the pelvis, root down and reach. And then we make that labor in love, the offering of the desire to know life more fully. Inhale, unwind it. And we'll take it and let it rest. Child's pose. Desired action, one of the best ways to experience it is through balanced action, to know that we're nurturing the seed of the soul within and then making offering from that place of soulful connection. Come onto your backs. I invite you to hold your knees right up over your hips. And like I mentioned before, when the hips, the heart, and the palate, upper palate, are all in alignment, the pelvis wins by default, being the most weight-bearing part of the body that we pull muscular energy into and then expand organic energy out from. So flex your ankles, spread your toes. Firm the hinge joint of your knees by pulling your heels towards your hamstrings. Pull your arm bones from the hand into the shoulder socket. And then from the pelvis, push the knees up through the thighs, through the femur bones, into your hands. And find a place where the power pulling in and the power expanding out feel balanced and ease. It's not effort. It's balanced effort. Now place the feet together, baby toes down, Knees nice and wide. Allowing your hands to rest closer to your inner groins than to your belly. I want you to feel your groins. And when you pull the knees gently a little bit towards midline, the groins should hollow and soften. And that's an effect of hugging into who you are. You can soften. Now see if you can gently firm the outer hip muscles. And I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness to the part of your leg that attaches to the inside of your buttocks. And see if you can pull that part of the femur bone, not necessarily where your hands are, but go deep into the glute and try to pull the femur bone away from the most sacred center of you, your sacrum, until you feel like the leg bones are moving wide. Balance that with strength in your tailbone, pulling towards your heels. Add in some soft breath. Relax your neck and your shoulders. And then see if you can let the shape and your bones and your breath start to hold you with a little bit less effort and a little bit less effort and a little bit less effort until you're resting in the light of your own awareness and the grace of yourself. And whatever has been murky, muddled, intense, feeling like it's been unraveling to a degree, we're coming to a place where clarity is going to begin to emerge. So soften to the knowing that you know that you're in the labor of love. Slowly extend one leg at a time. Make sure your lower back feels that balance between curve and length. We'll take a nice, short but really potent Shavasana. Systematic relaxation, letting go of any lingering tension on the surface so that you can drop deeper into that sacred center of Ananda, the bliss of you. Holding yourself in love, bend your knees, stretch up through your arms, and roll to one side for your fetal pose. And yet again, relax any tension in the belly, the lower back, your hips. Soften your mind. And what does showing up in the labor of love look like for you today? Maybe just even in the next hour. Pressing down through the hips. The hips stay heavy as you lift yourself up. Refine your seated pose. And welcome back. Back into your body, back into that place where We get to make love visible. And it is quite often so much easier to choose into our relationships and loving within our relationships when we're grounded in our own self. So, for whomever and whatever you're choosing to show up from here for the remainder of this week, I'm going to invite you to dedicate this Om. And I know for me, it's for my father. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Full breath in. Ooh. The love in me bows to that love in you. And thank you for sharing. Namaste. Mm. All right, my friends, hope I see you at our book discussion tonight at 6 p.m. And please check your calendar. The live classes may be subbed or they may be canceled. If you want to sub, let me know. I've got some stuff going on. So I love you dearly. Thanks.